Welcome and good morning. What a way to wrap up the day. What a way to wrap up the week. We've been counting the days down and it's finally here. It's Friday and we're wrapping it up with Mp3 Radio Talk Show in the midst of WIDU's Wake Up. They're on WIDU, the WIDU Radio Network. They're also streaming live, Facebook and YouTube. Be sure to like, share, and comment. Phone lines are open. Yep, the gents take call-ins. The earlier the better. Now's a good time to call in at 910-483-6111. They have great topics of talk lined up for you today. Overall, a great show. Let us say good morning to the good-looking duo. We got one missing in action. He sends his best. Maybe in, maybe not, but if not, he'll be back up next week. We got the best of the Pitts brothers in the studios for Mp3 Radio Talk Show. Good morning, Pitts brothers. Hope you're well. We're ready for you. Take it away. It's time now for Mp3 Radio Talk Show.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Marshall Pitts.
I'm Myron Pitts.
And Marshall Pitts will be, I don't know if he's going to be here or not. We'll see. And we are Mp3.
We still going to do what it do on the microphone here. MP1 may be in later. Good morning to you, Mike. Thanks, Tammy, as usual, for that warm and very positive introduction.
It's always better when one or more of us is missing. When one of you two are missing.
Oh, really? One of us two? Okay. Well, as long as you're the steady presence on the show. Okay, all right. Gotcha.
Tammy did mention that it's a call-in show, 910-483-6111, 910-483-6111, WIDU 1600 AM, where we are right now, Fayetteville, WYDU 1160 AM, WAGR 1340 AM, Lumberton, WeWo 1460 AM, Laurinburg. Of course, that's 99.7, 98.5, 97.7, 92. We got everything covered.
And the network grows, the family grows.
The network grows.
Good to hear all that.
910-483-6111. How you doing today, Myron?
Good. We got a packed lineup. Hope you are.
Glad to see sports.
I just want to thank you for being that island of stability on this show and the sea of change we're all going through now.
Yeah. Going through a lot.
We appreciate it. We got a lot going on. So, of course, the playoffs, one of the more exciting series. The last game was a blowout. Thunder, Oklahoma City Thunder versus San Antonio Spurs. That's going to a game 7.
Good stuff.
Old school type series. Next, after that, kind of sports, but kind of something else. Jackson Dart, the new quarterback for the New York Giants, stepped into it before they even play a snap. He introduced controversial President Donald Trump and really kind of praised him, and that didn't go over well with some guys in the locker room. So we'll talk about the repercussions of that.
Or the diverse New York City.
Right.
Jackson Dart doesn't play for Arizona.
Not a fit. He did play for Mississippi, the Rebels.
He's playing for the.
Maybe that's an indicator that maybe those things aren't on his mind like they should be. Mm-hmm. And that segues right into our next topic, which is, I guess, the general subject is Trump as a toxic figure, but they announced this lineup, Nigel, the Great American State Fair. It's a concert to celebrate the 250th anniversary.
I thought it was to celebrate his birthday.
Within 48 hours, just about everybody has dropped from the bill as soon as their name got put out there. Now, some people we're going to talk about should have known better to be on this bill, like Time and Morris Day, but we'll talk about that. Yeah, he was on there. Commodores. Okay, come on, guys.
Well, I mean,
I know
those
it's
guys,
not the original Commodores.
Those guys might not be getting all the invites they used to, Byron. They got to work. They got to work when they can.
Well, they dropped this event like a hot potato. And lastly, this kind of touches on 4547 too. Governor of California, he's trying to create this slush fund to pay off the people who invaded the Capitol from January 6th. He's trying to give them some money after already not exonerating them, pardoning them. So anyway, but he's trying to give them some money. So the Governor Newsom of California is saying, okay, you can give them this money from this slush fund. We're going to tax them 100%. Which means that'll zero out. So I don't know if that's in California. We'll know if that's legal or not, but it's a very interesting response. So, mind you, this NBA Finals, as I mentioned, it kind of reminds me of sort of the old school battles.
It's physical.
Yeah, it's very physical. And I saw last game before it got boring. Late in the third quarter, it became a blowout. Mm-hmm. But I was amazed at how much the referees were letting people get by. get by. I mean, letting they were holding folks. You would see 3 guys on the ground, no whistle. So they let them play. Personally, I like when they let them play because I feel like when you do that, the officials don't decide the outcome, the players do. And so, we've seen some great basketball in this series.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And it has been a good NBA playoff. So waiting on the other side, of course, is the New York Knicks. Yeah. And the Knicks will be probably underdogs against either one of these teams.
Right.
But, however, the fact that, now, first of all, he said he wasn't coming. Now I got to sit, but you got to sit over there now.
We
you got the mic up over there.
We doing the intro, and here he come.
You said you
I may or may not be here.
probably not.
Yeah, you said that's what I took from it. Probably not.
Okay, well, you got another seat. We're gonna see if we can get something out of this seat.
Well, probably it's like they say a 30% chance of rain.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to get that seat to go down. Your feet gonna be dangling on that. So now, but you know.
All these sports stories on the show too.
Sports and more.
Acting up.
The referees are letting them play.
Yeah, they
so
are.
now, again, I'm fine with that if they're letting both sides play.
I feel like they are letting both sides play. Yeah,
they are. But prior to this game, there was a lot of complaints that they were calling all the fouls on San Antonio because of the superstar SGA on the other side.
Who knows how to flop?
Who knows how to flop?
How to flop,
right, in today's NBA. But now, last night was a bloodbath.
Knows how to do it?
Flop. That means
flop. I thought you said fly.
He would put some.
He can flop and fly.
He could put some of these international soccer stars to shame the way he does it. He's good at it.
He's good at it.
It's a skill.
So it's a skill set, just like anything else. Now there wasn't a lot of flopping.
The big man
flopping? No, not yesterday. No, there was some hard fouls.
No, there was hard fouls last night. And then you've got what's going to be a transcendent player. And I'm saying this now. If he stays healthy.
Transcendent player.
Going to be. You don't mean Wemby, do you?
Yeah, he's not now. He hadn't won anything yet. So you got to win something first. You can't be transcendent. You can't be transcendent when you hadn't won anything. Just because you 7'4", you can shoot, dribble, and do all the things that you got to win something first.
No, you don't.
If
I don't think Pat Ewing ever won.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Speaking of the Knicks,
and he wasn't considered transcendent either. He did not change the game.
Come on.
He did not change the game.
Let's be reasonable.
He did not. Look who Pat Ewing played. Mark, look who Pat Ewing played with. He wasn't even the best center of that age. So he can't be transcendent.
He played with some amazing players.
He was not even the best center that was playing during that time. Hakeem Olajuwon was better. Shaquille O'Neal was better.
I don't know if Hakeem was better now.
Hakeem was better than...
Wait.
No. Hakeem was better. I thought I was thinking Karl Malone.
And Shaq was better too. So he wasn't even the best.
It's hard to compare. What you're comparing is teams of players that will own championship teams. They had other great personnel around. So it's kind of hard to compare.
So did those teams have other great personnel around them? Yes, they did.
That makes a difference.
They also made everyone around them better. Yes,
that's true. I agree with that too.
Yes, they did. Hakeem Olajuwon made everybody. Shaq made everybody better around him because you had to concentrate. What I'm saying when I'm saying transcendent player is, okay. Let's say he doesn't. Let's say he never wins an NBA championship. Yeah. We'll be talking about Wemby differently than we did now. We will. We just will be. It's just kind of how
it's not fair, but
maybe not fair, but we will be saying
it's exactly why some people consider Emmitt Smith a better running back than Barry Sanders. It's not fair.
Exactly right. That's exactly right.
I mean, nor is it true.
No, not at all.
But this series,
it's not like Emmitt's chopped liver.
No. We're not saying great running back.
Like Pat Ewing's not chopped liver. Great center.
Yeah.
He's not. So. But back to Wemby, you got someone who can dribble. You got someone who can shoot from long distance. You got someone who can take people off the dribble at 7'4".
Yeah,
he can play like he's 6'7".
Yeah,
versus 7'4" like he is, and that's what's making everyone say.
I saw him bring the ball up the court a lot of times.
Numerous times.
Yeah.
So now, and then you're asking your big man, whoever's guarding him, to be out there picking him up at half court, which is just not going to happen.
You don't want your big man out there.
You don't want the big man way out there.
Right.
And then you got the guy shooting threes. So he's a transcendent player when it comes to his height and size and his athletic ability.
And which in 20 years would be the norm, probably.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that's what I mean.
Probably everybody on the court will be 7 feet.
You've got people that changed the game.
Yeah.
People don't realize this, that when Jordan came along, people didn't think that a 6'6" guy at that time, but that's when you had all your big guys dominating, could carry teams to a championship.
Right.
But you just made the argument for it that Wemby is a transcendent.
Right. Yeah, he's already changed the
because
game.
He's already changed the game in 20 years.
I can tell you, everyone looking at basketball, especially in the NBA, are like, okay, we got to get us
one guy, somebody, a 7-footer that can do all those things.
And they'll find, like with Jordan, it's not easy.
If he, what I'm saying to you is, if he does not win a championship, and which I think he will, maybe even
they might win this one.
They might win this year. But if he doesn't win a championship, they'll put him right along with all the other guys who didn't, the Barry Sanders, who didn't win a championship.
Yeah.
And it's unfair with the Charles Barkleys,
Charles Barkley is a good example. Yeah.
All of those people who didn't win a championship. It can be an unfair standard because if you play 20 years, there's only 20 championships. You had the
opportunity to win.
Chance to win.
Yeah.
And so it can be unfair, but that's kind of how we judge.
It's fun to watch too. Whether they're judged to be transcendent or not, but two certain future Hall of Famers really go after each other. SGA even shot over Wemby last night. Nice shot.
Not easy to do.
Not easy to do. As you mentioned, he's 7'4". Who knows what his wingspan is? So that does go to a Game 7. It goes back to Oklahoma City because they're the 1 seed. So
and
their fans are known for being pretty legendary. They all dress the same color.
This is a win.
Reminds me of college ball.
This is a win-win for the NBA because on the other side, win, lose, or draw, they got the biggest market in the world. The New York Knicks player.
Yeah.
Now most people think that those other two teams are going to be favored, whichever one comes out.
Yeah, I think that's the general opinion.
But you mentioned it, and I hadn't thought about it until you said it. The New York Knicks might be a team of destiny.
They might be a team of destiny.
They haven't lost. They won like 11 straight.
Yeah.
They haven't even lost a game. They swept the last two series.
They sweep last series.
Who knows? It doesn't matter. Well, they Cleveland Cavaliers swept them right on out of that.
The whole world's looking at that. So you're right. The NBA is happy as clams.
They are.
So we'll see. Now, interesting. This segues right into our next story because we're talking about the New York market and Donald Trump in our next story. So he's from New York, but New York City does not like him. Now, maybe upstate he's got some fans, but not in New York City. So he has said he's going to try to attend the Knicks game. And people are like, we don't want to see you out. You're going to get booed. But that just kind of shows how toxic he can be in certain parts of the country.
He has to know that's not his crowd.
Right. Now, so Jackson Dart, as we mentioned, is the rookie quarterback for the New York Giants. He played for Ole Miss, the Mississippi Rebels, Confederate flag, all that good stuff. I'm not putting that on him, but it does kind of show that maybe he doesn't think so much about race and issues like that.
He's not sensitive to
issues,
yes, right.
when it comes to race. So he introduced, excuse me, he introduced Donald Trump at a rally.
And his teammates didn't like that too much.
Really
Some
pumped
of
it
them.
up. Yeah, really, I mean, praising the guy and all this type of stuff, which is what you're going to do if you're doing the intro. When I say he introduced him, he wasn't just a speaker right before. He actually was the person who introduced
He was
Trump.
a hype man.
Hype man.
Yeah, he was a hype man.
That's a good way to put it. So that inspired Abdul Carter, who's a second-year outside linebacker at the New York Giants. So he posted the video.
Is he pretty good?
And he said, I thought this was, and he cussed. We won't repeat that here. He said, I thought this was AI. What we doing, man? So, clearly taking just asking a question like, what's our QB doing, praising Donald Trump. So that set off a whole firestorm.
Where was the event at?
It was in upstate New York. I mentioned Trump probably has some East Rutherford, New York, so a little bit upstate.
Do you think that's why he was more comfortable residing in Florida, in Key Largo and all that place? Donald Trump.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, he has a much more receptive audience in Florida. The governor, is tries to be MAGA, fake MAGA in a sense. So he had a very welcoming
Somebody
atmosphere.
made an interesting comment that all of his mannerisms, the way he acts, is all for feeling attention seeking.
Yeah.
In that he knows people have not fully, like in New York, never fully accepted him into the wine and cheese crowd, as Maja would call him.
Yeah.
And so he was considered an outsider, had money, but not as much as he was alleging he had, and that kind of thing.
Now he has that.
Right, he does now.
Yeah,
right, he does. But so they say that they think it's all about, just wanting to have a sense of belonging to people, and because he's often been in his life being rejected for whatever reason. So,
right, and he never and that's even before he pursued politics.
He's not 12. You talking like somebody?
Yeah. No.
This man is almost 80 years old. Why is he still pursuing the? And you're a billionaire.
People,
because he never got.
If you never got it as a
he
child,
was never accepted. He's not gonna be accepted.
Right.
What do you mean as a child? He's well past that now.
No. I'm saying you can have things that we experience in our childhood. A lot of that stuff stays with us. Yeah, it does.
I find it completely unsurprising that he is still pursuing
acceptance,
entry into this club that he's never going to get in.
Right.
When he came up in the New York real estate developer, even the fact he splashed his name over everything. Old money is not impressed by that.
No.
They don't really. They see that as kind of. They see you're climbing. They see it doesn't really fit in. You don't have the class as they see it. And a good example of that, and this is where a lot of his interest in sports comes into play.
NFL
is
football.
The NFL. He was rejected to own an NFL team.
Speaking of old money.
Right.
That's old
Yeah,
money.
and then he briefly had a USFL team and ran that to the ground. What was it, the New Jersey Generals, I think. So that's close to, that's basically New York area.
Right,
so,
certainly.
Again, it kind of shows he's trying to get entry into this club that doesn't want him. He will get booed if he shows up at the Knicks game. That's not even about old money in the club. That's about New York City being a more progressive city than how Trump is.
So you think the whole bumping elbows with all the tech giants, leaders, these CEOs and whatnot is also a form of wanting to show he's with the, he's with the big boys?
Yeah, certainly. And the tech giants are a little more fit for him because, like him, they kind of grew up in a bubble and they kind of have big money. And Trump's trying to get some of that money, and they want the government contract. So there's a little more connectivity there than old New York money. Back to Jackson Dart.
So
what was he thinking?
Well, I don't know what I would do. So I'm the quarterback of, I don't know, let's say the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. I'm the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, and Obama's president in this polarizing time. And Obama calls me up, or Obama's spokesperson. I'm sure it's not going to be Obama. So
I know it might be Obama with you, man. It might give you a direct line.
He might give me a direct line. Okay, so Obama calls me up, and he says, Maja, can you come and introduce me at this event in Dallas? Now, Obama,
you the QB.
Obama.
You the QB.
I'm the QB.
I'm head of the organization.
Right.
I'm head of the team.
Right.
I'm not sure that I would say no to that. Even though I know that Obama is going to be polarizing in Dallas, in Texas. You would say
no to that. You even say no, deny knowing your two brothers in certain situations. So yes, you would say no.
Would you say no to that?
I don't know.
That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
And see, these athletes, just a reminder, like other wealthy people, athletes living in kind of a different environment.
A much different environment.
Yeah.
But let's go with a step further.
I'm not talking about pro athletes.
Let's say that the big sport is baseball.
Okay.
And it's a baseball team in Dallas, and most of my players are going to be white, or Hispanic.
I think it's a no. Oh well, see, that's the difference. You talk about Obama.
Yeah. Talk about Obama.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then they asked me to speak, and I know that most of my players, you share a locker room share a locker room with a guy you know about.
A lot of it depends on how insulated you are in your whatever you're doing as far as your job, that kind of thing.
That's not what I talk about.
Yeah, because I remember Dave Chappelle was talking about the times he met O.J. Simpson, and O.J. at that last time O.J. wanted to take a picture with them. He was like, no. he said, I'm just trying to get my career back on track. I can't take that kind of hit right now.
Him and and Chris Rock were at the same event. And OJ was there. And he said Chris Rock was in some trouble.
Right.
Dave Chappelle just trying to get his feet back up from leaving Comedy Central and all that kind of stuff and stuff going on. Rumors about him. And OJ came up, guys, come on, let's get a picture together. And they both looked at each other. Nah,
that wouldn't have been good for him.
my career won't survive that right now.
Yeah.
But with Jackson Dart, you have to weigh all of that.
Yeah.
And obviously, in my mind, I don't know. This is a young guy. Jackson Dart got drafted
just out of college. Right?
Yeah. He got drafted a year or so ago. So just out of college, all that kind of stuff going on. And I just wonder, he might always been an admirer of President Trump.
Yeah.
So you think about it now. If he's just out of college, he's only 22, 23 years old. So Trump has been around, for the last 12 years at least, through the Biden years. But then he was elected before that.
When Trump was first elected, this guy's a kid.
Right. This guy's a kid.
So he's not paying attention to any of that.
And being a young guy like that, even though you're a sports hero or whatever, to have the president of the United States say, "Hey, I want you to introduce me," or whatever, he might very well feel quite honored by that.
Now, all that said, he still should have known. He should have had a better understanding, or the people around him. I mean, I assume this guy has agents and a whole team around him, not to mention his family. Probably could have told him that this wasn't a great move. So he has since, according to ESPN and other sources, he's talked to the locker room. Some of the players they had a conversation, and New York Giants is positioning them as where we've moved past this. Now, what I believe, and I heard this on social media, this isn't my idea, but it made a lot of sense to me. I believe what's going to happen, I believe that the players won't talk about it anymore, but that's not the same as them moving on,
right.
Because he's kind of shown either Trump is a racist president. I mean, that's obvious to anyone who's willing to look at it.
Not to Jackson Dart, apparently.
Right, and that's the thing.
There are millions of Americans. Millions of Americans don't see him that way.
But Black Americans do. And let's look at the NFL locker room. So now they have seen him that he is either indifferent to Trump's racism, or maybe he supports it, and that doesn't necessarily go away. Now my question. This is why I brought up earlier the NFL players. They do live specialized lives. They need to win. Winning helps them all.
Right.
So Jackson Dart doing well helps the rest of the players on the team, especially being the quarterback and one of the leaders of the team.
But what you have to do
do they still play? Does this offensive line block is hard for him?
Right, right. And so you have to. As a coach, you got to bring him in. You got to sit him down and say, "Look, we know Jackson, introduced the president and whatnot. But however, from moving forward, we're gonna need to keep your political viewpoints and views out of the locker room. Our focus is the team winning championships, because we don't need that kind of
winning championship. This is a bad football team.
They're
not winning anything. Jackson Dart or no.
But I'm saying,
and they're over there with Dallas and
my
Philly
point
Hall.
is,
they can't even win their
the point is, we have to stay focused, and anything that's going to take away from our focus is a bad thing. That's what the coach needs to say.
The good thing about this whole thing is we will not know whether it's taken away from the focus or not, because they're going to do a lot of losing.
Either way, I mean,
Jackson Dart, they're a bad football team.
Like going into this season, I think that the most favorable thing you could say about them is they're a rebuilding team.
Mm-hmm. Right. And we have Brother Tony on the line. Brother Tony, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here, dear brother Mayor. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Good to hear from you.
Tony.
Always.
Great to hear you as well. And I really love the topic of Mr. Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is only showing the Giants and their fan base who he really is and what it is that the Giants is getting.
Mm-hmm.
And most importantly, he reminds me years ago of former quarterback from Penn State that played for the Giants, Kerry Collins.
Mm-hmm.
To where it is that he made some racial remarks.
Another bad quarterback.
Another bad quarterback. I agree with you, Michael. And they ran him out of New York, and they ran him to Charlotte. But as previously mentioned, he did attend and play at Ole Miss, and we all know the history of
Yes.
Mississippi regarding black people.
Right. Right.
You know, my thing is, why should we be surprised when he has that pitch man that occupies the office at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue that's drumming up and showing you that he's pulled off the mask of civility, and he's showing other people who and what it is that he is and what it is that he's capable of doing, especially what it is that the other topic that you're going to talk about with Gavin Mitchell, Governor Gavin
Newsom.
California, Newsom
Yeah, right.
in California, what it is that Trump is trying to do with these individuals who stormed
The Capitol.
the Capitol, and he's trying to pay them, but yet
Yep.
still, let me, and I'm going to bring
What
this
about
to
our
a close right
reparations?
quick.
Yeah.
And there's going to be no repercussions that Jackson Dart faces. But yet and still, Colin Kaepernick took a knee, and they took away his damn career.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
And most importantly, let's think about this. These men, these women, they stormed the Capitol. There's nothing been put or posed to Congress about anything going to them, but it's never been no reparations towards black people either.
Yep.
Right. That's right.
I'm just going to rest it right there, brothers, and I'm going to continue
All
to
right.
enjoy listening to you guys.
All
You
right.
said
Thank you,
plenty,
Brother Tony.
We
Always good to
appreciate
hear from you, brother.
Great points.
I think we got DL too.
DL, are you there?
Yeah, good morning.
Hey, good
morning,
morning, GL.
I'm going to be contrarian.
Okay.
So,
You always are,
like
DL.
you said.
Not always.
Okay, all right. But anyway, some people consider Trump racist, some don't consider him a
Right.
racist.
Correct.
But let's take that off the table. My problem with Abdul Carter is that if you are serious about this, you had a problem with it, you take him and say, hey, brother, think about he's trying to erase the criminal history of January 6th, the Central Park 5. Let's talk about this and not call him out, because if you call him out, Abdul Carter, you got to ask yourself, you begged Lawrence Taylor to weigh 56. Lawrence Taylor is what?
Trump
He's
guy.
been convicted of sexual crimes. He's
Yeah.
a registered sex offender. He's introduced the president. He doesn't need to be on the president's physical fitness board advisors. He admittedly said night before games he would send women to occupy the opposing team to get them tired before the game. But you want to wear his jersey. Now, look out in California. Nick Bosa, who's a big Trump supporter, wore a MAGA hat after a Sunday night game and got fined. You've never heard a San Francisco 49er address him behind closed doors or anonymously. They've been to 2 Super Bowls. Now, Nick Bosa is a big dude, and he's an NFL MVP. So how is it that the 49ers didn't have an issue with this? And I tell you one thing, Myron, it's not going to disrupt the locker room. NFL career is usually 3 years. You don't get guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
If you get they come in there to try to get that 4th year so they can get that money down
Sure.
the road, a vested player. So I just think Carter handled it wrong. Now, I do agree with you guys. Jackson Dart should have thought about this.
Yeah.
He should have been better prepared to handle this. But Carter's going to have to – they're going to ask him this question again. Why did you have a problem with Lawrence Taylor? He better be ready to answer in the New York media market.
Yeah, all right.
Right.
Thank
Well,
you,
see,
DL.
the thing is, though, is that, yes, so the DL unpacked, and so did Brother Tony unpacked a lot. The thing is that, one, is it going to impact the locker room? Do I think someone is not going to block for Jackson Dart? Because again, like DL said, you're trying to make more money down the road.
Right.
And plus the fact you're a competitor.
Everybody wants to win.
Everybody wants to win.
At that level, especially.
Everyone wants to win. It's a big decision and we use the example of President Obama. If he was as divisive as he would be considered divisive. He wasn't divisive when he was the president. I didn't think he was. And a lot of other people didn't either.
Right.
But he would be considered divisive today if he was coming along today. So would I be the one? I know that me personally, if I'm president, if I'm playing quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, I'm gonna say thanks. Probably say thanks, but no thanks. Mm-hmm. So and because one,
What about Charlotte Panthers?
well, he wouldn't be down there talking about that no way.
Sweet State.
He wouldn't be in Carolina talking
Well,
about
he
that.
was North Carolina one time. You never know.
That's not a big enough market.
Yeah.
I probably would say yes if I was in Carolina, but
Yeah.
but the thing is though is the issue is you have to think about it. That's the issue.
Yeah.
You have to weigh the pros and cons, teammates, and I don't believe and again, I don't know Jackson Dart. I don't know how much thought he put as a young man. I don't know how much thought he put into that in the first place.
Probably not a whole lot.
Probably not a whole lot.
And so that being the case, he get what he get. But as far as how Carter looked at it, I don't have no problem with him saying that on the Instagram page or anything like that. I mean, Jackson Dart was Jackson. Listen,
I think about it a little differently.
People say you should stay in the locker room. I agree with that.
I mean,
but Dart didn't keep it in the locker room.
Correct. That's my point.
That's the thing.
That's how we got here in the first place.
You're right. Dart's thing was a very public thing. It got received, and understandably so, a lot of media attention. So I can see both sides of that, but I really don't have a problem with Carter.
The Dart did the thing that brought politics into the locker room,
which is the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the other guy, it's the criticism. You know. I agree with DL. You don't criticize your teammate out there publicly like that. You pull him to the side and say, "Look, man, I don't know why you did that." Blah blah blah. But it shouldn't be a public thing, not between teammates.
I've heard that sentiment. Also, going to DL's point, people have already raised that Carter had such an admiration for LT, Lawrence Taylor, and Taylor has introduced Trump as well, and he has the other problems that DL mentioned. So there is that aspect. But
my DL talking about sending people to the girls to the other team to get them tired.
That's the rumor.
The LT did that?
Yeah, he sent women to the other teams.
I find that entirely plausible that he would do something like that. A guy like that, right?
Lawrence Taylor was wild.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor was wild.
LT.
The only problem I have with that is I don't believe you should be mentioning Jackson Dart and Lawrence Taylor in the same sentence. Lawrence Taylor is probably the best that ever played.
Right.
At that position. Jackson Dart's never going to come anywhere near that.
We don't know that.
He's not.
We don't know. Anything is possible.
Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, it's possible that I might jump up this building and fly, but it ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's unlikely. So, but my thing about that is, you have a hero. You've got a player, and Lawrence Taylor was his hero.
Yeah, that's right.
Abdul Carter is a defensive player.
Right.
Yeah,
that's like a basketball player.
That's true. And a linebacker at that.
And linebacker, that's like a basketball player who's 6'6", 6'7", saying Michael Jordan is hero.
Right.
You don't get into what other stuff Michael Jordan is doing.
Yeah.
And you didn't play on the team with Michael Jordan.
Right.
He plays on the team
with Jackson Dart.
Right.
And so whether he should have said it publicly or in person, I don't know. We can debate that all day long.
The last thing I'll say, Mike, you had asked me before the show where Jackson Dart was from. You're trying to figure out where this guy is. So he's from Utah. So very conservative state. He grew up just north of Salt Lake City. So, and you got to remember, and we all know, these athletes at this level, they live in a bubble already.
They do.
They're elite, usually showing those qualities going back to elementary or middle school age, So that once people start to see, this guy, he could go all the way. Mm-hmm. They get treated differently. So he's lived in a very conservative, very specialized environment. And I think Trump's little comments and statements and actions against black people, against women and stuff, I think that really doesn't enter into his world that much. And so he clearly, I think, did not know how controversial Trump was outside his bubble. He should have known. You expect the quarterback who's de facto team leader to know, even at a young age. They don't. But yeah, it's a silo, and that's what happened here. So, do I think the Giants will be successful? As much as you pointed out, they had problems before then. I will say they have done well with a Ole Miss quarterback before, Eli Manning. I didn't know this until this whole controversy came, but he played for the University of Mississippi.
You're not saying that Jackson Dart's going to be Eli.
I do not say that. I'm saying that playing for Mississippi is not a disqualifier for being successful. He did have 2 Super Bowls.
What I'm saying is he's not. He's not going to be Eli Manning. That's step one. And Eli Manning knows
you're just writing him off the list all around.
The reason why you didn't know Eli Manning from Ole Miss because of what? He didn't get into stuff like Jackson Dart.
No. I mean, he was the Manning brothers are legendarily well managed.
Well managed
by their family and coached. Right. So we'll see what happens.
See what happens.
So as we're on the subject of Trump, they announced this week that they're putting together what they call a Great American State Fair, and it's a concert of
To celebrate Trump's birthday.
to celebrate the birthday of the country on July 4th.
And Trump's 80th.
And right.
And they announced
That's a milestone birthday for him. You can't overlook the president's milestone birthday.
Yeah, well, they announced that the lineup. And so a lot of the artists, even outside of the controversy, are not really your top people anymore. So, but as soon as that lineup was announced, artists started dropping. Now, Morris Day and the Time was announced on the lineup. So much to my surprise, they were the first to get out. Well, each one that got out said that they thought the event was going to be something else. They were told it was going to be the celebration of the country, nonpartisan, and organized like the concerts that you have at like your actual state fairs.
Right.
So
Celebration of the what now?
Of the 250th anniversary of the country, and
President's
also modeled
80th.
after like the local state fair. So
No matter what Morris Day and them said, they don't fit that lineup at all.
they need the money. Young MC.
Wait,
let's just be honest. They need the money.
Wait.
That's what I said at the start of the show.
We can't just throw that out there like this. We know nothing about their financial status. but I was surprised too. Why they had this particular
it doesn't really
the
seem right.
250th state fair. That just I heard their name involved. I was like, how in the world did they get tied up in it?
That is
Let's
the
talk.
bad.
Go ahead.
That is the bad thing about entertainment, and entertainers, just like the rest of us, they age.
Oh yeah.
And when you entertainment, this is what you do.
That's right. You got
You need gigs.
You
Right.
need gigs. You got to
Yeah.
continue to play and those type of things. You got to continue to try to stay on the tour market and stuff like that.
But again, it sounds like we're saying that about Morris Day and the Time, and we don't know that.
They need.
That they need to know.
I'm sure they
When's
need
the last time you seen Morris Day and Time in a concert?
Great music, by the way.
Have you heard
love
about
the
him
Time.
lately? I had.
Yeah, I have.
You asked me the other day about Larry Blackman and Cameo. I don't know where he is. I'm not sure where he is.
Luckily,
I'm sure
Cameo's
he's
not
doing
involved in
something.
this.
I'm sure he's doing something, but I don't know what. But they have to stay relevant, so they're not in the business. Listen, even if
They make traveling and touring. It's a more of a strain on them because they're older. But wherever they go, there are people that really come to see them because they
know how to put on a
remember.
show.
They remember them from
this
years
is the
ago.
thing, though. Even if they are financially well off, and I don't know, Morris, like you said, I don't know, but they still want to entertain. This is what they like.
Sure.
This is what it's like a sport.
I don't know if they all want to do that because on the road, that's tough.
It can be tough,
That's
but
tough
many
stuff.
of them do want to be out
They
there
love
singing.
They love being on the
They'd
road.
rather be entertained than not. I mean, I saw a video of Smokey Robinson. He's still doing it.
Still doing it.
Really?
Out there in Vegas and everywhere else. There's Smokey out there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about who dropped this show. So Young MC, as we can all agree, one hit wonder. He dropped the show.
What was he doing at the show?
A lot of people are asking these questions, these same questions. Commodores, they were on the show.
Not the original Commodores.
Not the original, but they still should
Why
go to the show.
is there a need to say that?
Because
I think it's important to say that.
Because Lionel's not with them. It's not like you need to say that because Lionel Richie's not with them. You know that.
Right.
And then one of the
They would've been on the
one of
show,
the other
Lionel
guys
Richie.
passed away, Mylon Williams, I think. So they had one or two guys.
This is not Lionel Richie. If Lionel Richie was still involved with this group, they never would have been on that ticket.
Correct.
Because he understands media. Martina McBride's country, right? Or kind of she dropped the show. So we're going past the minority entertainers. Milli Vanilli was on the show.
What?
They dropped the show. You remember them? One hit, not one hit. They had a few hits, but it turned out to be they weren't even singing. It was one of the scandals of the time. So
how they doing tours now?
My question exactly. Okay, one of them. First of all, there were two of them. One
Right.
has passed away, so
really?
you know he ain't on the show.
So it's just
It was
Milli.
it was the women
Of Vanilli.
who were backing vocals who actually did most of the singing. They combined with one of the original Milli Vanilli guys, and that's what's called Milli Vanilli now.
Okay.
And they dropped the show.
When they had that hit, "Girl, You Know It's True."
Girl,
Yeah.
you know, they had some good songs. It just wasn't them singing. That's all. They had a nice beat.
Probably quite a
they
few
had
superstars
top
that
10
fall into
hits.
that realm.
So they dropped CNC Music Factory, which they had a couple dance singles. They out. It was.
CNC Music.
I think the
where they get these?
So there's two things
They're digging pretty hard, but
the two things that stand out about this show is one, these would be, and this is no insult to the earlier part of their careers when they were making hits, these would be considered B and C list artists at this point.
We talking about,
and then they dropped the show.
You talk about Milli Vanilli.
Who is left is Vanilla Ice, who will probably stay with the show because he has performed for Trump and Mar-a-Lago, so they have a relationship.
Ice, baby.
And still on the show is a rapper named Flo Rida, who, not our generation, later on, had some hits. I think he's pretty conservative from what I've heard, so he may stick with the show.
Flo Rida?
Flo Rida. It's like Florida, but two words, So he's on the show.
We're struggling trying to figure out who that is, because I'm sure people know who he is.
Is that Spanish?
I think he might be.
But the people that's going to
he's a person of color, though. Yeah.
But the people who attend that event not gonna know who he is either.
No. They know Vanilla Ice Ice Baby is a big hit. That. But then also he is, like I said, he performs for Trump in Florida several times. I think he was in the last New Year's.
How long can you ride one hit? Ride that hit for 30 years, 40 years?
Well, look at we're just talking about Rob Bass and his
Easy Rock.
Easy Rock.
They had a great album though.
Yeah,
that album was great. That it came off of.
Yeah.
We only know that one song because it was such a huge hit. But with Vanilla Ice, I've listened to that album.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good. So that's the only thing I'm saying. I mean, how long can you ride off of one song?
They ride it.
They do.
So this festival is falling apart. We'll see who they add. I think the safest course for them is just filling out the bill with the country artists, and deal with that, because a lot of them either like Trump or they don't object to Trump. They're kind of Jackson Dart, it's like he's just the president, he's our president.
They may be able to get Beyonce.
And then you got
who could have got Beyonce? It was Kamala Harris, probably. Now her show would have been off the chain.
Yeah, no doubt.
We can all agree. I mean, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, sky's the limit. It's Bruce Springsteen. Mm-hmm. In fact, there is an alternative show in Maryland. The People Fest, Power to the People Festival.
So Kamala Harris is having the show?
No, she's not.
If she was.
No show, unfortunately, sadly for the country. But in this alternative festival, Bruce Springsteen is on it. Foo Fighters, Dave Matthews, Joan Baez,
Foo Fighters,
System of a Down,
at the alternative one,
Cypress
not
Hill, Killer Mike.
Okay.
This is at the alternative show.
Okay.
Right. So, and that's all those bands are staying with the show, as far as I know. Man. So
it's interesting though, man, that the groups that from 30, 40, 50 years ago, they still out there doing, like you said, man, they still earning that money.
Okay, I got to put a plug out because you're going to set it up too nicely. I got a story, and we're going to have these ladies on next week, we believe, on Mp3. But Zelda and Zoletta, now they had a big hit back in the 1980s.
What they call themselves as a group?
They call themselves that's their current group name, but back then they were called Twice as Nice or Positive 2. They had a big hit called Ugly Boys, and they wound up doing bills. See, they were out there with Eazy-E, Run DMC, Dougie Fresh.
They're opening that.
Yeah. So I got a story about them, so check that out. So they got new music out. So it goes right to what you were saying. Now they took a 40-year layoff because their mom got sick and they had to take care of her. They were just about to go on tour with Rob Bass.
Oh, wow.
He had invited them to go on the tour in Japan.
The
so they were about to blow up. Yeah. So their mom was like their manager, and plus she was their mom.
Right.
So they both did their careers, and now they're back out. So
this will give you two guys some street cred with them being here.
That's right.
I've already got
so
one.
we're looking forward to having them, Zelda and Zoletta. Now, this, on the subject of Trump and Brother Tony mentioned this slush fund. Mm-hmm. This is a fund that pays.
But that's not what they call it. That's not the name of it.
Yeah, they call it anti-weaponization fund. The weaponization refers to
the Justice Department.
Trump's discredited claim that he was targeted by the federal government, and these people were targeted. He said,
I'm fine with the slush fund.
How could you possibly be?
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
totally
no.
corrupt.
I'm fine with the name slush fund.
Oh yeah,
that's
slush
what it
fund.
is.
Oh heck yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a pot of money out there, a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow, and you can just
that
dip
your
into
buddies
it.
can use however they want to.
However they want to
That's
use
the
it.
very definition of a slush fund.
Was President Trump paid out his fund for his tax situation?
No, he's getting paid in other ways, right? But I don't know if he comes. What did come out of this? So how this came about? Let's give a little bit of context. Trump sued the IRS for something,
And there was a settlement.
right? And there was a settlement. It was a $10 billion suit. As part of the settlement, this $1.8 billion compensation fund is for those who claim they were targeted by the Biden administration. So it would not surprise me if Trump got to get a little bit for himself. That's his way. But one thing he did get out of it is, I don't know if this will legally stand, I think it will be or already has been challenged, is that he and his sons cannot be audited now.
At all?
At all. I'm telling you, the guy doesn't care. He feels that, the government works for him, is his personal thing to do with whatever he wants, and he does it. So that came out of this settlement. So we'll see if that stands.
That's all right,
As far
yeah,
as
but-
the slush
You
fund,
can't beat that.
it operates exactly like Brother Tony said. It's the people who raided the Capitol on January 6th, hurt some Capitol police officers. A few of them died in the
5 deaths.
aftermath of that. 5 deaths.
In the aftermath of
Pushed
that.
past the barriers. Congress was in session.
Right.
And it is widely believed, I would say almost universally believed, except among hardcore MAGA, that if they had reached some of those congressmen, they were going to hurt them. Because they were trying to overturn the results of the election where Biden beat Trump. So
And
the first thing is Trump pardoned them. So they already got their pardons. It's like, it didn't happen.
Right.
You're pardoned,
And
and
some
now
of
he's
the-
trying to pay them.
And prior to him pardoning him, and prior to all of this, some of these people went to prison.
That's right.
They went to
A
jail.
lot-
That's correct.
like-
a lot of them
a lot
went
of
to
them
prison.
did.
There were
They
over
prosecuted
300
all-
convictions.
So-
Yeah, they
so-
prosecuted several hundred people.
Yeah.
So it wasn't enough that they got pardoned and released if they were in.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. Their record was cleared and all that.
Yeah.
Now you're going to pay them for bad behavior.
Yep. Yeah.
It's good to be in power.
And so we talked about
Would you-
Gavin Newsom.
I wonder, would you guys do that for? Would you do that for your two brothers?
I would pardon you. I don't think I would create a slush fund.
No, I wouldn't create a slush fund.
I would definitely
But I'd
pardon
go ahead
you,
and cut you loose so you can get out.
But you pardon. Yeah.
The pardon, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Depends on what y'all did. I'm not gonna pardon you for anything.
But it's interesting. Pardons get a lot of negative attention because
They do.
you're by definition of a pardon, you're letting someone off who did something wrong.
Right.
But the president does have that power. I don't like that he did this because I know pardon these guys because I know it's part of his project. You talk about things that stay with him for forever, is to make it seem like he did win that
recreate the
election.
narrative.
Yeah, there he goes into his narrative that the election was stolen. So that's why he don't care about these guys.
So
He
now-
wants to enhance that narrative.
What? So now,
But also
you
you-
can pardon anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The president.
State
the
or
president.
federal charges.
No,
No,
not
federal.
state charges.
Federal.
Not state charges. And see,
Federal.
that's why he was able to
So-
get most of these guys
What
off
did
because they
Puff-
face federal
What
charges.
did Puff go to prison for? Wasn't that federal or state?
That was state. wasn't it? Or
State
was it-
racketeering.
I think that was state. Yeah.
But he did something across state lines too. Wasn't it? Isn't that federal?
Yeah, if you do it across. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I think he did.
You thinking Puff angling for a pardon?
Right.
He's pardoned some rappers. He has. So he does that.
Who's that? Was it Dave Chappelle? Who's that said that Puff Daddy said, that's amazing. That guy's amazing. I mean, he got charged with racketeering and RICO violation by himself.
By himself. A criminal operation of one.
Listen, when they start going down that road and start piling up them charges, you going to prison.
Yeah.
You got all this stuff
Yeah.
going on. You might have only did 10% of that, but it's 10% of 100 things.
That's right. That's right.
It ends up being quite a bit.
That's right. He's unless something happens, he'll probably be locked up for a while. Governor Gavin Newsom, who many people, it's an open secret he's going to run for president in 2028. But one thing he did this Wednesday, he said that there would be 100% tax on anyone in California. This applies just to California. That's his state. Who receives money from this $1.8 billion slush fund. So what that means effectively, it will wipe out any compensation they might receive. Now, is this legal? It would certainly be challenged, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
I mean, why even worry about whether it's legal or not? Trump don't worry about it. Just do it.
No, and I think that's why.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Let's stop worrying about stuff whether it's legal or not. Just do it.
You know, that used to be Nike. Was it Nike's slogan?
Just do it.
Just do it.
And I mean, he is the epitome of that.
Yeah,
He really is. He really is. Just it does no regard for how it looks. None.
That's
That doesn't dissuade him at all.
Yeah, and we've seen that with all the projects he's trying to build, or he's doing something with the reflecting pool. No bid contract to one of his buddies to paint the reflecting pool blue, the bottom of it blue. The blues aren't really matching up. They say it'll look better when it's done. We'll see. But clearly
His buddy don't know what he's doing?
It doesn't appear to be. This is why you don't have no bid contracts.
That's right.
The buddy had done some pools of Trumps, which is a much smaller scale. Even a large pool is nothing compared to the size of the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. He's trying to build this arc, modeled on the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. That's hit a snag in Congress. We all know about the ballroom. Yeah. And he is managing to get paid on all these projects one way or the other. Yeah. That's what he does.
The money's always tied in. Always tied in.
Yeah, he's always tied in.
And he has made just so much
and his
money.
Family. Yeah.
And his family since he's been in office. I mean, billions and billions of dollars.
Yeah, and they just found out that not just ProPublica, which does great work, by the way, great journalism. They don't have a paywall either, so you can read any of their work. But ProPublica dug into a contract that was tied up. It was one of the foreign countries, $602 million deal, and Don Jr. was involved with it. He was trying to get this deal. Trump intervened, made a couple of calls, boom, $602 million invested in his son's business. That's common, though. He invests, uses somehow his power, influence, or government money to invest in his son's business, his son-in-law's business. Whoever's got business is his buddy.
They have their own crypto stuff.
Their own crypto stuff. Trump phone.
Called stable coin, I think is what it's called, something like that. Stable, and it's on the market, and you have to. They're kind of like a holding for a lot of different types of currencies and what making a killing.
And see, and the worst part about all of this is that I think that by most measure, when he became president, the first time or the second time, a lot of people considered him a failed business person.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
In a lot of ways.
He literally had, I think, 5 or 6 bankruptcies and
those
a
type
good
things.
sign.
So now,
in fact, that show, what's the show he used to do that he thought should have got it?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. Really, what kind of revived him a little bit because he was in bad
saved him
shape
financially, and it also burnished the reputation as a competent businessman. And he actually was not that
prior to that.
Right.
Yeah.
So now he's got the whole government at his behest.
As he sees it, and that's how he sees it.
Yeah. So he can use taxpayers' money to build stuff that he wants.
Yeah.
He can use taxpayer funds. He can get gut stuff. He can sue his own government.
Yeah.
So now you're suing your own people.
Which is run by
you're suing your own
people that he's appointed. Right.
He's really altogether. He's creating the United States of America in his own image.
And you couldn't.
That's what's going on.
So
you
now,
couldn't get a better example of this. All this happened this week, by the way. He now wants to put himself on the face for the anniversary, the 250th. From you say it's his birthday.
His birthday.
He wants to put his face on a new $250 bill.
No, yeah.
I'm not making this up.
No, he already had his face on the golden passports that you could get for $5 million if you.
And he's trying to put his face on that passport, but also like the parks passes that you go to national parks. He wants to put his face on those.
This guy loves himself. And you guys know I like myself too, but this guy loves himself. He loves himself. I would not want my picture to be on no money. This guy loves himself.
A new $250 bill. So there was a person in the Treasury Department she wasn't the head, but she was a key figure to whether new money is printed with new bills.
And she was like,
he
nah.
fired her.
Yeah. She was
And
like,
so
nah.
now which is also a tactic of his. He fires
don't agree
anyone
with
who
me,
stands
you
in his
gotta go.
way and puts in yes people. And so that's what he's done with Treasury. So we may see sometime this year a $250
and you can
Trump
understand,
bill.
and you can understand why some of his businesses have failed. Even in business, as a big business person,
Mm-hmm.
Marsh, you know this. You've got to have somebody around you that will stand up to you and say, nah, that's a
That's
bad
not
idea.
a good idea, right? Exactly.
That's not a good idea.
But he punishes those people.
But
He gets rid of them.
So when he was in private business by himself, he didn't have that. And he would just let them people go, and that's the reason why he ran business after business into the ground.
Yeah.
That's the reason why he had those bankruptcies. So now he's in government business, and so he can do what he wants to, and he just lets people go if they don't agree with him. This guy loves himself. He really does.
He does.
And what is the next president? Listen, there's nothing. First of all, Gavin Newsom. I like Gavin.
There are no personalities out there that are even close to the size of Trump.
But can Gavin Newsom beat Vice President
Harris?
No, Vice President.
Oh, Vance.
Well,
Hard to say.
he would have to beat Harris first. Myron was right about that.
That's true. Harris make strong indications she's going to run again. So
Yeah.
We'll talk about that another time. That's a whole nother conversation.
it is. That's a show.
Right.
That's a show.
All right, we have to get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I am Marshall Pitts.
Module pitch.
I'm Myron Pitt.